So hello, welcome everyone. Today we're gonna continue with our Ureshino book reading. We actually have only 2 long variations left until the end of the chapter. The next one is going to be more about the swinging rook, but today we're gonna go back to the aggressive climbing silver. Just a reminder, the enemy climbed their silver over here without exchanging this pawn, which means they're 1 move faster. And what we did is push this pawn and here put our silver to defend the h7 square. In the variation today, we're gonna consider pawn promotion, gold takes, bishop takes 6-6. In the next video, we're gonna consider pawn drop variation. So first things first, why do we take this pawn with the gold? If we were to take it with the bishop, we can block their attack, but you can see that the Ureshino strategy of pulling the bishop back and using it on this line is kind of forfeited. So the book says that, well, it's not very Ureshino-like line. So they prefer to take it with the gold. And after bishop takes, we will sacrifice this pawn. So it's a kind of in-between move. And only then push this pawn to gain some tempo, yeah? If we were to open this pawn here, this pawn not included makes this variation slower. So always sacrifice your rook pawn before going for activity. The opponent have 2 options, one of which is an overplay. Silver taking on 7-7 may look aggressive. Here they sacrifice a silver, right? We can take it with the knight, sacrifice the bishop and take it with the gold. So they de facto sacrifice 2 pieces for 1 knight and a dragon, which would be very scary normally. It's right next to our king, but silver drop 8-8, followed later by bishop drop 6-7 will allow us to take the advantage, so no problem here. Instead of going here, they will therefore try to go over there, and this is where things are getting interesting. If we are simply to take it and defend, there is a very strategical reason for why we're worse off, and that is we don't have pawn in hand. So this rook to 2-2 will put pressure on our rook, and normally, you know, we can drop a pawn to protect it. In this case, that's not an option. So fugire, how we call it in Japanese, no pawn in hand, is very, very painful. In order to deal with the situation, we may exchange the rooks, right? We gain that pawn in hand. And for example, a line like this may come to life, but here they defend lightly and counterattack, attacking the bishop while actually threatening to take the dragon with a check over there. And here clearly Gote would be winning. In fact, computer agrees that even if we don't drop the rook and play other moves, still Gote will be winning over here by 1000 points. So we cannot accept this silver exchange. Instead, we're gonna play this move to conquest the bishop. If we were to move the silver back, bishop through 3, you can see that this file over here is not safe, so this is also not acceptable, as well as the fact that if we move the bishop, well, the gold will fall, right? Obviously said, but it wouldn't be a nice variation for us. So silver 5-7 is the only option for us. In this case, we can think of 2 lines, one of which will be that they take this silver or they take this silver, right? In this case, it's fine because the rook will be protecting the gold. We gain the material advantage. Of course, that's not a very easy position, but we have some sort of advantage, so this is not recommended for the opponent. Instead, they're gonna take this silver over here. And we will take the bishop, obviously. They will promote. I say obviously, but there's actually a crazy tesuji here. If we were to take the silver, they can drop the silver to 6-8, which is just crazy. No matter which piece we use to take this silver, something of our defense will be broken. If we move any of those pieces, these gold defenses are broken. Yeah, this rook defense. And if rook takes this, they can promote, and it's like over. This is such a crazy cool move. Crazy tesuji, nice to remember. And this is why we take the bishop. They will promote here, attacking our silver while escaping the capture. And we will run to 7-5, closer to the rook. They will continue attacking. We have to take it with the bishop. Else, basically, they have this fork. So we take it with the bishop. They cannot take this because of the check. Take, and we arrive at the fork situation. So currently, Sente has a silver advantage. If you look at the hand, yeah, we have 2 silvers in hand. De facto, we have 3 silvers on the board, which means we have 1 more than we had at the initial position. So we do have silver advantage, but here, if we play wrongly, they're gonna take it back, right? The recommended book line will be to continue attacking with pawn drop. We can consider other moves like silver going back, but clearly here we lose the game. We can consider dropping the silver there, but here they force us away from the protection of the silver, and they have the same fork. Funnily enough, the book says this line is wrong, but according to the computer, if you were to promote the silver over here, this is equal game. Very, very interesting. Anyway, the main line of the book will be to drop the pawn here, rook has to take, then we drop the silver with the tempo. They take the rook, we take, and they go back. So again, the book is a little bit wrong here, because apparently if they were to take the silver and we were to retake, rook drop gives back that silver advantage and would be better off. Probably also the fact, again, that we don't have pawn in hand. If they go here, it's hard to defend. So perhaps like the best computer line would be to go for that one previously mentioned. But nevertheless, I will show you what exactly the book prepared for us. Okay, so the idea is we have silver advantage. We have to calm down the position and then we will win. Our king is very unsafe. They're threatening many stuff, so the bishop drop to 6-6 is that attempt to stabilize the previously mentioned fork, to have some counter attack. Yeah, a very interesting job here. They're gonna drop the rook inside here. We're gonna deal with it naturally like this. There is another interesting tesuji here. If they were to sacrifice the rook here and fork us like that, we actually can barely survive using a small pawn push. Yeah, the bishop line defends them both, and also this attacking line doesn't work anymore. Super cool defensive move. So the rook drop, silver drop, they're gonna finally defend our bishop line. We're gonna continue attacking, yeah, attacking those 2 squares. They're gonna defend. And here is something I didn't personally understand. King 7-8. The book says that this will improve the piece connection, right? Those pieces now protect each other. And it will go with our strategical point of view, which was to calm down the position, and therefore we will have the silver advantage. Computer agrees, and they prefer to move the gold toward the right instead. So this is an interesting point. Later on, it will make sense why this is not such a good shape. We're gonna promote the rook attacking that bishop. We're gonna exchange it for the rook. Here, a cool tactic will happen where we unpromote the silver. Many moves possible again, but the book preferred is to move the gold to 7-1 to prevent possibly rook drop, yeah, forking those 2 pieces. We drop the rook instead over here, showing that without pawns, we have to go to unusual measures. Here, usually we don't like to drop the rook outside the enemy camp. We would prefer to drop it inside, but in this case, such drop becomes a great move. And here is why this king is in a weird spot. This bishop 6-5 will be creating a nasty check over here. We will use a tactic, silver 7 to unpromote it, to try to get a pawn in hand, like this. But again, this is debatable, because technically they can make the check first, and then we don't have a pawn in hand to defend with. So I'm not sure exactly if it's the best line from the book, but nevertheless, yeah, I would prefer this variation for Gote. The idea is that this would be still even. The book says this is a good move, but then the computer prefers to attack instead. It's a very complex situation, but I think it's good to just concentrate on the general idea. How do we win from here? Yeah, being without pawns. So in this case, we force them to give us pawn in hand. We're gonna take it with promotion this time. And we're gonna use that pawn to defend. They're gonna continue attacking, threatening to promote the bishop over there. And another pawn drop will happen. This time we're not going to take it. We're gonna go here. And now Gote is a little bit in trouble. Their gold is under attack, so they have to take the promoted silver. So this is where we can open this double attack. And this is a cool move for you newly done players. Here you can retake this horse, but it's even nicer, because we're gonna lose this bishop anyway. It's even nicer to give this bishop sacrifice more meaning by dragging this king out of its castle for one more move, yeah? Those type of moves are very nice to play in later middle game. Alright, and from now on it's rather simple. We use the bishop that we got to attack, promote right in front of the king. And now it's time for the endgame attack. Silver drop 4-2, king runs. And here we have to slow down because we don't have enough pieces. Horse for free, and with the target of dropping the 5-3 pawn, which would be very, very undefendable here. As a result, we achieve that strategical idea of our king safety is now very similar, but we still have a piece advantage. Yeah, they're missing the silver. So this way we manage to equalize different factors, but still get the material advantage that gives us huge point here. In this variation we saw many tactical things like this pawn sacrifice, like this silver drop over there, but the main idea is how do we win a game with a piece advantage. Again, the idea would be to slow down the game, take care of our king, for example. This king 7-8, yeah, we try to slow down, make sure nothing is threatening us. Similarly, this bishop to 6-6, calm down the position, and then utilize the advantage at the very end. Yeah. Next time we're gonna consider the other variation, as I mentioned, where they're gonna drop the pawn instead of taking this pawn, as the last variation of the chapter before the swinging rook section. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.